so big and infinite. And sometimes I tell people that he's a trillion times more glorious now than he was 3 seconds ago. And that really shows you how big God is if you know math and you know how stacking infinities, like multiplication. I mean, compounding interest gets really big, really, really fast, eventually, right? You can imagine when it's like a trillion X every second, 999 trillion X every second. So when God tries to make a bigger God than himself, he's already expanding so fast and he's so infinite, he has a hard time doing that. If you just want to think of it like that. And the Mormons, a lot of them limit God by exalting man to godhood. Too soon, certainly. The LDS theology is that we're basically God in embryo, and we have infinite potential. But the thing with the God at the top, and you can call it Matthew Jones's God, you can call it Joel Udach's God, or whatever, is it's the real God in the sense that he's currently the biggest in any universe anywhere. The Mormons believe in something, and I want you to write this down, remember this. It's called monolatry. It's the worship of one deity without denying the existence of other gods. The problem with LDS theology is, sure, 90% of the members, that's maybe on the high end, are worshiping the biggest God possible, top, max, in their head, and when they hear God, they just think God, just like my cousin. But the problem is, Joseph Smith might not have really been like that towards the end of his life, and it trickles down to our members, and a lot of people end up choosing Joseph Smith's theology over the God that they had before, because they said, well, the Book of Mormon's true, so Joseph Smith must be true. So, Joseph Smith must be right about everything. What I like is the Community Church of Christ. It's like the perfect church for me. I'd like to go there one day because it's freaking hilarious. They're Mormon, but they exalt the Bible over the Book of Mormon. They think the Book of Mormon's a bit of a joke, but they think it's true. And then they have the priesthood, but they have the Trinity. They have Tertullian's Trinity. So they have the Trinity that you probably believe in, the one being, three persons. Pretty popular definition of God. And it's certainly biblical. It's the Catholic Church Trinity. So that's pretty cool. They have that. They somehow got that up there. 250,000 members. It's the second biggest Mormon church in the world. And they have the Quorum of the 70, Quorum of the 12, Quorum of the 3, and then the Prophet of the Church. The problem is those guys are all L7 weenies, and they're not really great speakers. They're kind of just men. They're not that great. But anyways, it's at least, I mean, it's closer to what I believe at this point, just because you ruined my 100% again. But yeah, I definitely got the desire to be God, or want to be God, or a God from the LDS Church. And ultimately anti-Mormonism and Mormonism combined. And I feel like a witch sometimes. And when I was a little kid, I never had that desire. But now I think it's crazy when people don't have that desire. I said, are we talking about the same guy? But I certainly want to be, a king. My name in the baby book is King. Eric means king. And I want to have a throne, but I don't want to have the throne of thrones, if that makes sense. And one time the Lord asked me what I'd do if I was God for a day, or if I was God for 15 seconds. And I'd have all of his power, but only for 15 seconds. And this thought came into my head. The first thing I should do as God is change the rules and make it so that I'm God forever. And then I should take the God that gave me the power and throw him into hell. So of course this thought came from the devil, or a test. It was just a thought, like an idea. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I have a better idea. I'll change the rules and exalt the God that just exalted me, and make him God again, and change the rules and make it less than 15 seconds, because I'm not worthy for this power. And God was very, very pleased with that answer. very pleased. And I know in heaven, well, anyways, I'm going to send this. It's 8 minutes here. Yeah. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, Lord. Jesus is God and no one else. That's the 6th name of Jesus Christ. Amen.